Minister's first visit after abrogation of Article 370 and the security has been beefed up in the wake of the encounter. Remember, one CSF personnel has been martyred. There have been several which have been injured. But clearly the plan of Pakistan-sponsored terror is something which is of specific concern, and that is why security has been beefed up. We saw the DG himself taking a ground review of the situation. This is the Palli village where the Prime Minister is going to be addressing the punches as well as all the intermediaries. Let me tell you, as far as the village panchayats are concerned, there are at least 2.5 lakh of them. Then we know district level are around 662, as well as 6,600 intermediate panchayat. So this is going to be on the National Panchayat Raj Day. That is what is going to be observed, and the Prime Minister is going to be here himself. He is going to be inaugurating projects worth 38,000 crore rupees. He is also going to be looking at various avenues of investment as far as Jammu and Kashmir are concerned. There is going to be a meeting with the businessmen. There is obviously going to be an exhibition as well. So all eyes on Palli village. And remember, it's the messaging of DG, especially here with the ground force. We see additional forces being deployed at this point of time. And clearly, when it comes to the Prime Minister, his message to the punches and sarpanches, and remember, several of them have come under attack over a spate of terror attacks taking place. Remember, this is one of the challenges, but many say this is also going to perhaps kickstart what is being awaited as the elections in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. All eyes on that, the big crucial announcement, and obviously the Prime Minister's first visit post-abrogation of Article 370. How's the security been beefed up in the wake of the attack?
See, we've been making security arrangements for the last couple of days. You know, we have had an encounter 2 days back in the outskirts of Jammu city. We know that our adversary has their own plans. They always try to disturb the peaceful environment, and this has happened around the visit of Honorable Prime Minister. This has been a cause of worry for us. And we are trying to see that any other such threats emanating from very close to the border. So any more threats emanating from the border, we are beefing up our security around the border. We've had a meeting, detailed meeting with our border guarding forces and the army today. We also had a meeting with the paramilitary force officers and the intelligencies. We have taken into account all the inputs that are available. We are aware that there are terror outfits being run from Pakistan, being handled from Pakistan, who have done terror-related activities in Jammu region as well. The one was in Udhampur about 2 weeks back, and then Kotranka, Rajouri just last week, and an encounter 2 days ago. So we are aware that this border has been vulnerable to incidents of infiltration, and this current encounter also indicates that this is a fresh infiltration of Jaish-e-Mohammed group from across from Pakistan. And we are
talking about a very important and significant point that they are Jaish-e-Mohammed and they've come from Pakistan. What are the sort of imprints that have been found, and how can we nail them? And the other subsequent question is whether the case has been transferred or is being transferred to NIA.
See, whether the case has been transferred to NIA, I won't be able to comment because that process must have begun. But as of now, the case is with us. We have got very, very important clues, and we already worked on them. And we've been able to find out the network which was responsible for the infiltration, the network which was subsequently responsible for picking them up from the border and taking them to...
Do we know which border they infiltrated? Were they part of a larger group?
Yeah, it's Jammu border in general, Samba area where we are standing. It's close to this place. More details, obviously, people are at work. They are interrogating the people who've been involved in this case, and they are being interrogated.
Important that you're saying interrogation is on. We believe some people have been picked up. Do tell us about the details. And in specifics, if you talk about the security for the Prime Minister's rally, and especially the venue itself, are there drones? Are there additional measures? Are the CAPF and more deployment being done in the wake of this particular threat?
We had a dry run of the entire exercise, which is supposed to happen tomorrow. And we have tied up our loose ends. There were some ends which needed to be covered. We have done that. Yes, counter drone measures are in place. Security deployment is elaborate. And we will make sure that the event goes peaceful. As regards the investigation is concerned, it is going on at a very good pace. We have leads and we are working on the leads. And we should soon be able to give you some good results.
Sir, also in the wake of Amarnath Yatra, which is going to be some time away, is there a continuous threat? Because there has been a regime change in Pakistan. Do you think the tactics will remain the same as far as Pakistan terror organizations are concerned? Or do you see a changing trend? Or because, there has been a sort of interaction between both the prime ministers, they've written letters to each other. But on ground, do you see any change?
See, on the political front, I won't be able to comment what all has happened, but on the ground, what we have seen is that TRF and such like outfits which are affiliates of Lashkar-e-Tauba and the Jaish-e-Mohammed, they both have been very active. They've been targeting people, they've been carrying out terror acts in various parts of Kashmir and now in Jammu as well. We are aware of those threats and we are making our arrangements as per the threats. Jatra, yes, definitely we have to make very elaborate arrangements this year around because 2 years there was no Jatra. This time we are expecting that more people will come. And regarding threat, yes, the cronies from here who are being handled from across by Pakistan agencies, TRF, PUF and all, they have issued even written threats with regard to Jatra. So we have to take care of such threats and see that the event passes off peacefully, it's conducted smoothly and safely.
But can we say unprecedented measures have been kept for the Prime Minister's rally, considering this is the first after the abrogation of Article 370?
Yes, in fact the deployment and the security arrangements are quite elaborate. And this is one of the best deployments which has happened in the recent past.
So thank you so much for speaking to us. Unprecedented security measures put in place, whether it's about monitoring for the drones, whether it is about more boots on the ground. Specifically, this is the first visit of the Prime Minister since the abrogation of Article 370, and all measures have been put in place to ensure that this is a successful trip. With camera person Sanjeev, this is Kamaljit Sandhu in Pali, Samba for India Today.